Thank you for that lovely introduction. And hello, class.
Hello.
My path was a little bit crazy and a little strange when I left the University of Iowa. I actually came out of school in a time where jobs obviously were very scarce and far between. So I did a lot of things to sort of get me on my path using my English degree. But where I started with Campbell Ewald Advertising as an intern, as a junior copywriter and an art director because I have a graphic design background as well. And I started there, and they actually hired me on to work on two different accounts, the Chevy account and the Delta Faucet account. And I was with Campbell Ewald for about 2 years, and I realized very quickly that I didn't like it. I loved the work, and I loved the challenges, but big ad agency game was all about sort of backstabbing the people that you were working with at the time. So it didn't really excite me to do that. So I moved on to an independent, another company that actually built apartment complexes, and they hired me in as one of their marketing folks, and I handled all of the writing, the PR, and the graphic design, and I did a lot of their production work too in terms of creating all their materials and websites and ad campaigns. And that company was called Village Green Management, and I worked with them for about almost a little over 6 years. And then I was taken away and I started working on the nonprofit side, and I worked for United Way in Detroit. And I was with United Way for 5 years, and I learned a ton. I started out as a writer for them and a production manager for them, and I ended up being the communications director and running the entire department for them. It was a great organization. I learned so much about the nonprofit side, and I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that my degree or what I could do, that a nonprofit, you could actually have challenges and do a ton of different things for a nonprofit. So I was really, really excited about that. And got to do really awesome stuff like the NFL halftime show and ad campaigns for them in Michigan and also across the country, and worked with a bunch of different ad agencies. So it was a fun time. But through all of that, what was so fun is that I freelanced. And looking at you guys, I know you get this, is that you have friends, they're like, hey, can you help us write a press release? Can you help us put some copy together for our website? We need copy for a blog, social media, that kind of stuff. And it was just, I did it all the way through from when I left the University of Iowa until I started my own firm. And the reason that it allowed me to start my own firm was that freelance stuff. All the people that are freelancing, that I freelanced for years, afforded me the opportunity to sort of jump out on my own and start my own firm. So that was about 20 years ago, and today we have over 20 people that work with us. We do work across the country for national companies, as well as we're still very true to our nonprofit folks. Our philosophy here at our company is that everybody should be able to work with professionals, professional writers, designers, web designers, coders, social media people, videographers. And so we like that entrepreneurial spirit. We like to work with people who are trying to start new businesses and that kind of stuff, but we deal with big guys too. So that's me in a nutshell.